What's up everybody, Shane here, and today we are going to go ahead and build this modular building from the Ministry of Magic set. Hey guys, so recently I picked up this Ministry of Magic set for like almost nothing. It is missing a few minifigures, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I can figure that out later. But it does have the Dementor, it's got a couple of the people, which I actually don't even think all of these are correct for the set, honestly. That's the guy that Ron turns into, and then this guy is somebody else. I don't know. I don't think any of those are right. But the building is here. And I saw a rebrickable model for this building by I think Brick Architect that turns this into a modular building. So before I do that, I want to take a quick look at this and kind of just show you what it's like. But again, it comes with the minifigures, again, not all here. It's got the little phone booth and a Dementor. Phone booth's got the little phone in there, which is cool with the visitor entrance. It's got a gold minifigure, which is pretty cool. So it's like the fountain that's in the very middle. And then it has the actual building itself. There's a couple different play features in it. So for like here, you can press and fire the documents. That's the #1 undesirable of Harry Potter. But those fly off on those corners there. And then this one here, you basically put a minifig there, and then it will like you set a figure there. Somehow I have to rechange the way that the fire's there. But then it's just, it like fires them in and whatnot. The fire needs changed up on there. Let's see what else is in the back here. So it's a little bit, it's all held together by kind of like modified plates and jumpers. But here's the back end of that where you can pull a minifigure in with that. Here you've got like the like trial. So like one person sits here and you got the big things like Umbridge, or she's sitting here like grilling Harry. And you got Umbridge's office, which is all pink and scary. And then we go over here, we've got, this is I think the guy that's on like trial or something like that. I think this is his, or the guy that Ron turns into, I think this is his office, and it's got like, you know, like a picture of all of them. Can't focus, there we go. You know, like a picture of all of them when they were in Egypt. So this might be like Ron's office, but Ron went to Egypt, but he didn't work in the Ministry of Magic. Or unless this is Mr. Weasley's office, I don't know. Then you've got the Hall of Mysteries, and this, you can pull this and they like all fall down. These are really cool, like opal type of elements there, the color of them. And then here, this is just the back side. So these are the plungers you push to throw off those like boxes of things. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that rebrickable model, and I'm gonna turn this into a modular building now. Welcome back guys. So today I'm here with another alternate build modular building by Brick Artisan, and he has done an absolute ton of builds on rebrickable. I mean, there's literally dozens on there. And he also gets on really quickly to new sets. Like I think he already had built some side pieces, some side sets that you could add on to the new History Museum, the Natural History Museum, before it even came out. So he had already kind of designed those and had those going. So he's very, very quick at designing either additional mock buildings. He did several different bases for the new Avengers Tower, or he also does a lot of rebrickables or alternate builds of actual Lego sets. And this is one of them. I saw this on Brixie's channel, and I kind of fell in love with it because it just has that look of the Ministry to it, which I really, really liked. The original set, I wasn't crazy about it, just because of how it was built and how it went together. Just really wasn't, some of the details were really cool, and there's got some interesting play features, but it just didn't talk to me very much. And then I saw this rebrickable and I had to pick it up. So I hopped on eBay and I was able to get this for, I think I got it for 20 bucks. And then it was another $7 shipping, so less than $30. I was able to get this set. The set retails for either like $75 or $100 or something like that normally. If you buy it new, I'm okay with buying it not new because it's still Lego and it fits into this. Now this build does require extra parts. It cost me about $20 on, well, I had parts, but I think if I would have bought everything, it would have cost about 20 bucks, maybe 25 after shipping on Bricklink. So if you don't have these kind of parts in your stock, it's very easy. Just hop on Bricklink, spend $20, $25 and get the extra parts, especially when you get the set for so cheap. Or if you already have the set and you want to kind of integrate it into your city, if you're thinking about doing a city, it's definitely an option for you. But yeah, so this is a very, very cool build. I love how he kept some of the play features. All the play features from the original set are in this, but he also kept a lot of the core features. So like the way the windows are on the front and the back are straight from the original set. It still has the minifigure on top, kind of from like the fountain. It still has the phone booth. And I really, because if it didn't have the phone booth, I was just gonna make the phone booth separately to put up here in the front, but he integrated it into the build and there's actually an elevator in here. That one I'm a little, I don't know about. I get why he put the elevator in, because the elevator in the movies, I mean, granted, this looks nothing like it, but it still has that connection, you know. But let's go a little bit closer and take a look at some of the features of this build. So let's take a look here at the front and the bottom first, and go from there. So let me take this little guy off here. So the set does not have any tiling for the front at all. So I'm in the process of doing that. Again, from a previous video I talked about, I am out of the dark bluish gray 1x2s. So I have not put any of those in yet, because normally you put the light bluish gray sidewalk like edge, like for the curb, and then you do one row of 1x2 light bluish grays with a grill somewhere for a drain, and then you can do 2x2s and then a couple jumpers in there as well to be able to pose minifigures, and then usually your last row is normally 1x2 light bluish grays. So I've got a lot of light bluish grays, 2x2s, 1x2s I need to put in here, so I'm waiting for those to come in. But here in the front, again, the main thing I like is the telephone booth is here, and they got the telephone in there. So this is the visitor entrance, which I just love. Here in the original playset, you could put a minifigure and then flip it and it would pull a guy in. This does not have that play feature, but it just has kind of the door there for, sorry, it's really dark in there. It just has at least that as a doorway with the fire in there, the green fire. And here side, lots of panels and whatnot, reusing lots of the parts. And then the back has the play feature of where there's pins back here, and if you push them, these bunches of Harry's undesirable newspaper will kind of go flying in there. But yeah, that's very cool. If we go up, so still in the, well, actually over here, here we have the elevator. So you pull out this Technic pin, and then you can slide the elevator up and down to the different floors, and you just put the Technic pin in, and that will hold the elevator on that floor. So it just kind of like stays there. So again, interesting play feature, but yeah, it's there. Second floor, so the back has all of the, again, the undesirables for Harry Potter, kind of when they go everywhere and they're just all over the windows, so that's really cool. Go around to the front, so this one is just a standard there, but again, the way they have it angled is very cool. These dark green masonry bricks are very nice. I really like the way those look. I would love to build a building using those, especially because this set just went so cheap. It was on clearance, and then again, you can pick it up pretty cheap. I would love to go on Rebrickable and see if I can just get a bunch of these for cheap and do a like green building. I think that might be kind of cool. And here in front, you can just see the windows from the second floor of the elevator. Okay, here we have the top floor. Again, it's front, the same as the bottom, but here we have the Ministry banner, which just absolutely looks fantastic. We have the Ministry of Magic logo up here as well. These pieces were not part of the mock. I just added them on there because I had them. Figured why not? I might end up taking those off to include the sand green hooks on there, just because they don't really have a place, but I left it on there. But again, you've got some nice detailing. This is the same as the top of the original set, so that's really cool to see that integrated in there. Again, windows behind that banner. Up top here we have the gold wizard minifigure that's kind of like in the middle of the Ministry of Magic. So they have him, there's little frogs underneath of it to kind of look like it's a podium stand there. And then the back, again, is the same as the third floor and the second floor in the front. Just standard windows having that nice curve to it with the quarter dome parts. And then I am missing one of the golden crowbars. There we go, one of the golden crowbars there. So there's another one that's here. But yeah, so that's toward the outside. Let's take a look inside now. So when you take this apart, we'll go to the bottom floor first. The elevator shaft does not go anywhere, and here we can see what that looks like, that part through there. The elevator shaft does stay connected. It does not move because of the had the need for that to be able to move, so that's not in there. All right, so here in the first floor, we have a reception desk, which I think looks pretty good. Can I angle this right? There we go. So there's our reception desk right there. So he's got a little computer there, a little light or a typewriter. Anyways, comes with the cat, Patronum, I think that's what it's called. And there's a little seat there beside it. And then here's just the back of the, there's just the back of the front door. So nothing kind of special going on there. All right, let's take a look at the second floor. Okay, here we have the second floor. Can you focus on that, please? There we go. So right here we have kind of like the desk that they sit at when they were at like court and they were interviewing people, and like when Harry was kind of on trial. So kind of has that high top chair with the high desk there. And then here we have the play feature's falling because I'm angling this to be able to see it well. Here we have the prophecy room. And one of the play features is you kind of pull that bar there and the prophecies all fall down. Lots of these kind of like opal-ish color pieces, which have that really nice like bluish, purplish shine to them. Really, really nice parts. If you needed a bunch of those parts, this set will get you that very, very quickly and easily. But yeah, you're supposed to just pull down that lever. But again, now it's on an angle, it does it by itself. All right, and finally, let's take a look at the top floor. So our roof kind of pops off. It's just one plate thick with a couple random plates on the bottom to kind of hold it in there. Top floor, we have Umbridge's office. Very pink. I really like the stark contrast between the black and green of the set and just how dark the Ministry is, and then how bright pink her office is, which is just really funny. And then here, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Mr. Weasley. I believe this is supposed to be his office. So because you have the picture of the Weasley family in Cairo when they were there. But yeah, it's got a clock, pictures, lots of little bits and bobs. It looks like this office is lived in, which I really like. It looks like, I mean, same thing with Umbridge too. Like there's a lot of little greeblings in there to really sell the fact that someone works in this office and they sit there and they have all of their little things that they want to have around their office. So, and then there's a little duck in here, which is pretty funny. Lots of coffee cups and tea. He's got 2 cups and a teapot there. And then Umbridge just has the little, teacup there as well. But again, hers also feels like she lives in it because it has like the pictures of all the cats and everything. Where's this one sideways here? But yeah, again, they just feel like they are lived in, and that is really nice to see. So each floor there is a door that you open and close. This leads to the elevator shaft. Have to just finish kind of setting it all up. Some modulars, when you first build them, some pieces might not be fully settled in, so they're a little bit harder to connect, but that bottom floor connects really easy. Like this floor is not quite there yet, but sometimes it takes a minute whenever you do a build for all the pieces to really settle in, and then you can easily remove the different floors. At least that's what I've experienced from my other modular builds. One thing I forgot to mention, extra parts, very, very few. Again, this has, I forget how many extra parts it was. It wasn't a ton. It was like 100 parts, but again, they're really not that expensive of parts either. But yeah, it was just a few of these kind of like angled pieces. I went ahead and already put them into I've already gone ahead and sorted all of those. But honestly, really not that many leftover parts, which is the best thing when you do these alt builds. You really want to find, I guess you hope that the designer, when you look at it, try to figure out how many extra parts are left over, because if you're not a person that stores extra parts anywhere, then it's kind of a waste to you because you're just going to toss them in a bin. I sort my Lego So it's easy for me just to sort whatever's left over into the rest of my stuff. But still, I like when I get a full set and I do an alternate build, I like using almost all of the parts to be able to build that alternate build. So again, very cool build. I highly recommend this one. There's a few other ones on Rebrickable. If I had Diagon Alley or a way to do it, there's a way that it kind of flattens this out to a 16 by 32 plate, I think it is, and it just brings both of these kind of around to the front, these rounded off windows, the bay windows, so they're both kind of facing forward, and it adds a little more side. It actually might be longer than 32 studs. But anyways, it's meant to go with the newer Diagon Alley, the real big set. I have that, but I don't have it here. We don't have it built either. Holding onto that one. But that's also a very cool build. That was my second favorite. And then there is one other one. It made it into like a shop. But the only reason why I didn't like it is because the back was fully open. Now again, I probably could take these extra parts and make that set better, but to like enclose the back of it. But again, I just really liked this one. And if you do too, again, it's available over at Rebrickable. I'll put a link down below to it. It's a couple bucks for the build. Definitely worth it if you're looking for something different to do with this set, if you're unhappy with it, if your kids are done with it, and mom and dad want to add it to their city. This definitely might be an option for you. All right, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time, so happy building.